Meanwhile, out west, the Mavs avoid the sweep and are attempting to become the first team in NBA history to overcome a 3-0 deficit to win a series, a feat 146 others have failed to accomplish. Dallas took a step in that direction with a 119-109 win in Tuesday's Game 4 at the American Airlines Center. JJ Redick is here. Hello, sir. Good to have you. Many believe the Celtics and Warriors are on a collision course. I hope I'm not getting ahead of myself. And I'll ask you this, JJ, which team is more likely to win multiple titles moving forward? Is it Golden State or Boston?
Well, we've talked a lot about how the Warriors championship window here has been extended because of the development of Jordan Poole, hopefully the development of Kuminga, Moses Moody, James Wiseman when he comes back to play. So they still have a window here to win multiple championships. But when I look at the Eastern Conference, when I look at the Boston Celtics and the core of their group, Jason Tatum is 24, Jaylen Brown is 23, Marcus Smart is 28, both the Williams, Robert Williams and Grant Williams, under 25, Peyton Pritchard, under 25. Their core group has an extended window here just because of their age. And this is a proven group. They've been to 3 conference finals in the last 5 years. Now, they haven't been able to get over the hump and get to the NBA Finals, but that bodes well for them. The other thing about the West, and I brought this up earlier this week, the other thing about the West is that how the Dallas Mavericks build around Luka, how the Memphis Grizzlies build around Ja, how the Denver Nuggets with a healthy roster look with Nikola Jokic. There's a lot of potential championship contenders in the West. In the East, you're looking at basically 2 guys who are in that prime age. It's Joel Embiid and Giannis, where the other guys, Jimmy Butler, James Harden, Kevin Durant, they're all on the other side of 30, just like the Warriors' main 3 guys. So I think based on a timeline of multiple championships, you got to go with the Boston Celtics here.
Well, first of all, I don't have to do anything. Secondly, I will remind you that you are sitting in that seat, JJ Redick, that comes with a tremendous level of responsibility. Thirdly, I just want to know that seeing you two together brings a tear to my eye. It's a beautiful view. It's a beautiful view, okay?
JJ and I have talked, okay? Stephen A. We're fine.
There we go.
We have chatted.
Of course. I know, please. I know that. Here's the deal, guys. JJ Redick, let me get on you right now. Have you lost your ever-loving mind? You see that? I mean, these are the Warriors. Last time I checked, okay, Kuminga's 19, Moody's 19, Jordan Poole is 22, going on 23 years of age, and Clay and Steph are shooters. Now, JJ Redick, you should appreciate that. Now, I know that you was running around. I mean, I know you had some injuries and stuff, and you lost just a step. Father Time kicked in a little bit for you. I get all of that, JJ Redick. But that's because but that's because you were running all over the damn place, okay? You were running all over the place. It was a little tougher in the league back then. Even you had to run through some pick. You was feeling some elbows, taking some shots. Shots that I dare say that the Stephs and Clays of the world in this softer version of professional basketball do not have to subject themselves to. I'm not saying the league is soft. I'm not disrespecting. I'm just talking about the league office. When I'm talking about the softness of the league, I'm talking about the league office, not the actual athletes who play them. I'm simply pointing out how you can't get away with the level of physicality, at least at one point in time in your career, you had to endure. So when I take all of that into consideration, and I look at Steph and Clay and the fact that I don't expect them to be anywhere anytime soon, and I see the emergence and the evolution of a Jordan Poole, and I fantasize about what Kuminga is going to be at age 19, and Moody's no scrub either. And I'm looking at some of these guys. I'm sorry, as much as I love the Boston Celtics, and as much as I believe that they're definitely they've got a championship in their future, a championship or 2 even, I'm not going to sit up there and say their chances at multiple championships are better than those snipers in the Bay Area. I'm not going that far, my brother, and I'm shocked that a sniper such as yourself would actually go against your own brotherhood. I think they should call you out, JJ. I think they should call you out.
Believe it or not, I would love to have fun with JJ and fight him. I can't. He's 1,000% right. Stephen A's lost.
What?
The Celtics have the young. He gave you the ages. I didn't even know what the ages were. JJ gave you the ages perfectly, Stephen A. You got Harden. You can't count on him. Butler is, as you said, old. The Bucks are good. I get it, but the Nets are a mess. You have New Orleans that's going to get Williamson back. JJ brought up Murray. Who knows on Kawhi and George? They're still sitting there with the Clippers. And Dallas is probably going to get somebody to help Doncic. And Curry and Thompson. Thompson's coming off 2 injuries. Is not quite as good. And Curry's, what is he, 32 years old? He's not going to go on forever. So JJ's listen, I'd love to fight him right
33.
now. But I love the 30.
I think he's 34.
34.
I think he's 34.
I would love to fight. I can't.
33.
He's 100. Fight this guy in Miami. He's dead wrong. Know what he's talking about. Celtics have a much better chance to have a longer run of success than the Warriors do.
Stephen A., I want to respond to a couple things you said, and I think the point about Kuminga is really the key point here, because you brought up some guys like Jordan Poole. I talked about Moses Moody. I talked about James Wiseman, but Kuminga's development, that's, to me, is the key. Can he develop into a Kawhi-like player? Because that was really what extended the championship window for the San Antonio Spurs, okay? The other point I want to point out, and again, I brought this up yesterday with you. When you get to this finals, and I think it will be the Warriors against whoever wins the East, when you get to this finals, you will see a level of physicality that the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics defense brings to Steph and Clay. And I hearken back to 2016, that finals appearance when they lost 3-1. Now, of course, some of that had to do with Draymond's injury, but their physicality on those two guys, that was a big difference in that series. Guys like J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert, and one of the reasons they wanted Kevin Durant so bad, besides the fact that he's an amazing basketball player, was because they felt like they needed more shot creation. And I've said this about whatever the potential matchup is in the finals. I think whoever wins the East is going to give the Warriors a lot of problems, and it's going to be hard for them to score. So when we talk about an extension of this window, an extension of this championship window, you're going to need a guy like Jonathan Kuminga to develop into an all-star level player.
Well, a couple of things. Number one, first of all, you were correct. Steph Curry turned 34 in March. So you're right about that. He's 34 years of age. Clay's, I believe, is 31 or 32, or at least he's going on 32. But the other thing is you two. I mean, what the hell is going on here? Were you eating bagels and having breakfast together, and then you tried to collaborate against me? It's not going to work, damn it.
Yes,
it's not going to work, okay? Here's the deal, J.J. Redick. This is the thing that's perhaps even more blasphemous about what you're saying than the fact that you turned against your shooting brothers. I mean, the brothers that are snipers. You turned against them, and you are a sniper yourself. You went against your own brothers.
Turn against them. I said they're capable of winning multiple championships. We're talking about an extended timeline, Stephen A. And age matters here.
Are we going to be literal? Are we going to be literal? I'm not being literal, okay? I'm going to mess with J.J. Redick every chance I get, all right, damn it? I'm going to paraphrase it the way I want to paraphrase. I said you're getting on them, okay? Number 3, what conference is Giannis Antetokounmpo in? What conference is he in? So when you talk about the possibility of the Boston Celtics winning a championship, who they going to have to go through, J.J. Redick? I think that brother.
I brought him up, though. Stephen A., I brought him up. I said the two guys in the East that are still in their primes are Giannis, who has proven he can be a champion, and Joel Embiid. Those are the two guys, when you look at the best players in the East.
Oh, my God.
In their prime.
Oh, my God.
Prime age. Prime age. I'm not saying the other guys aren't still in their prime. Prime age.
I'm getting ready to have a heart attack. Did you not bring up Kevin Durant? You didn't bring him up, Peter? Let me tell you something right now. Boston's got some obstacles. Now. So all I'm saying is saying,
are you not listening to me, Stephen A?
Are you selective listening?
Are you selective listening right now? I'm being serious. Are you selective listening? I said Kevin Durant, Jimmy Butler, James Harden, all those guys in the East. On the other side of 30, we're talking about multiple championships. You know what's required to win multiple championships? Years. You know who has a lot of years left in them? The Boston Celtics.
JJ, this is First Take. Of course I'm selectively listening. Of course I am. I'm not denying it. Of course I'm selectively listening, okay? That's what I do. And my point to you is this. I know you brought those guys up. I'm simply saying that you're dismissing them. I'm not saying you didn't bring them up. I'm saying ultimately you see the Celtics, and I'm saying Celtics might not be here right now if Middleton was healthy. with Giannis. So I'm looking at the Golden State Warriors, and what they're doing, I see them continuing to do. Even more so when those younger players develop, because the older guys ain't going anywhere. Whereas in Boston, you got some huge obstacles. Boston, the Celtics can win it this year. They better, because it's going to be the road's going to be tougher in the near future. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think the Western Conference is going to be much tougher than the East, based on what JJ said with age. Plus, you're bringing back Murray, Zion,
a lot of injuries,
Kawhi, and bringing back a lot of good
names.
players.
Absolutely.
So I think it's much harder.
The hell